Hi there, my name is Kent Rogers, and I'm a pastor with the Lord's New Church. Welcome to our first installment of a new program called The Word of the Day. As I was thinking about what to say for this first program, it came to me that there are so many pastors and ministers hidden amongst us. At least 90% of the pastors and ministers are hidden. And it is everybody who extends love, everybody who says a word of love, of encouragement, or who does a deed to help others, or who has good intent in their heart and goodwill. Anyone who refrains from being selfish or doing harm, these are the true ministers, and they are everywhere. We are currently experiencing great disruption in our lives due to the coronavirus. Our freedom to go places has been restricted. Many people are losing a great deal of money in the stock market. Many people are losing their jobs. Many people are getting sick. And unfortunately, many people will also pass away. And these are very difficult things to grapple with, no doubt. And yet, there is a disease far worse than this, and it is a spiritual disease, the disease of selfishness. Where selfishness reigns, there is utter chaos. And yet, this is not to say that the world is going to hell in a handbasket. As I said before, there is a great deal of love out there to battle this disease. And in battling selfishness, then we also battle the effects of the coronavirus. Let me read to you from the great prophet and seer Emanuel Swedenborg of the 1700s, an immense intellect who turned in his later life to religion and had visions which he wrote down and which we consider to be the Third Testament. This is from his work Heavenly Secrets, or Arcana Celestia, number 2853. The church is like the heart and lungs, and those outside of the church resemble parts of the body which are sustained by and get their life from the heart and lungs. From this, it is evident that without the church somewhere on earth, the human race cannot continue to exist, even as the body cannot without the heart and lungs in it. It is for this reason that as often as any church reaches its end, that is, ceases to be a church because no charity exists anymore, the Lord in his providence always raises up a new one. What strikes me here is that the definition of church, a living church, is charity. Without charity, there is no church. And many places throughout the writings penned by Swedenborg, we read that the church is where charity is, and where charity is, that is where the church is. You are the heart. We are all the heart, providing life to the human race. Anyone who allows goodwill and love to govern their lives pumps life, pumps blood, spiritual blood out to sustain human society. In these hard times, let's make as best an effort as we can to be as good a heart as we can. I was talking to somebody yesterday who decided to take her two daughters who are out of school and teach them how to cook cookies and make flower arrangements, and then take them to the nursing home to distribute among the residents there. And I was really struck and impressed by the use of time, the use of this disrupted time, and the inspiration to go and help others and to teach her kids that too. And I know that that is happening all over the place. People are calling one another, asking if they can go grocery shopping for them, maybe writing a letter teaching their children how to sew or just reading to them. And all of this is where the church is. You'll see behind me friends of mine from Nepal. After a devastating earthquake destroyed everything they had, leveled their village, these people you can see are still smiling. And they didn't have much to begin with. They're very poor subsistence farmers on an area where the ground is fairly unyielding. And yet they were so warm, so welcoming, and so charitable. And that charity really saw them through the tough times because they knew what really mattered was love. What really mattered was that they had one another. And at that same time, the whole world poured in money and energy and people to bless and to help all the people in Nepal who had suffered. It was a really beautiful time, and I'm grateful to have witnessed it. The Lord also said while he was on earth, in many ways, how important it is that we remain in a state of charity. This is from Matthew 25. Come, you who are blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me in. Naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you visited me. I was in prison, and you came to me. Then the righteous will answer him, Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink? And when did we see you a stranger and invite you in, or naked and clothe you? When did we see you sick or in prison and come to you? The king will answer and say to them, truly I say to you, to the extent you did it to one of these brothers of mine, even the least of them, you did it to me. And we can also remember the story of the Good Samaritan, where the people who wore the robes of a priest passed by the man who had been robbed and left by the side of the road for dead. But just a normal citizen, a Samaritan, came and ministered to him and provided of his own livelihood to save the man and resuscitate him to health. That obviously, within that man, was where the church is. Love is eternal. Everything else, including all the troubles we are experiencing, pass away. Have a blessed day.